Are we live?
He found out we was coming on.
Yeah, we're live. So welcome, guys, to the Crib Hangout. Just run through who we've got today. We've got, starting from my left, I'm a Cutie Pie, PNLS. Mike, I don't know what alliance or name he is. J-Boy from Gimps, Panda from Gimps, Sean from EBR, Stephen is a noob, Tyler is a bigger noob, Earth, just Earth, and Rip Pig from BOPB, and obviously me, which is me. That's it. That will introduce us all. We're going to kick off straight away with the Forsaken Arena. I'll throw it over to Earth and Scotty. I know they've done a lot of the arena.
Well, I started doing the arena, but I've, to be honest, given up because basically I don't even know how many wins the person in the top place in my group's got because the leaderboard doesn't even work. It only shows you players up to like the 73rd place, and then that's it. Everybody else, it just says a waiting player. So
I had that in mind to start with, and then it sort of sorted itself out.
Basically, what that is, there's 250 players in your group, and 250 haven't clicked into the Forsaken Arena. So if you're in the top spot and the person above you is the awaiting player, then you're first.
Alright, cool. Happy days.
Because I did that, and then as people started to play it, your rank goes up and up and up until there's 250 that have gone in and done it, and then it's top 250 then.
Alright, cool. Happy days.
I haven't even started playing it either, so.
I think it's really good. Reason being is if you've got a good fleet, then you can take the uranium, the 2,500 cover, and as long as you win at least one of the matches, you get the majority of it back. So I've done 138 battles now and not coined my fleet once. Not coined a repair. I've done it all off uranium and I've pretty much stayed level. So if you win all three, you actually make uranium. So actually, it's a really good thing for you guys to do. And I've put three rankings on my Mastodons. So I'd say if you've got a Mastodon fleet, you want it ranking, you're pretty strong in there. Go in with Bullseye, keep it on. The only thing you're going to lose is uranium, but it won't cost you anything. It's really good.
Yeah, I've done the same sort of thing. Mastodon's definite, I think.
Yeah, I mean, when I go in there, I usually use one Frosty, a Harlock with Hornets on, just for the extra range, and 2 Mastodons, and that pretty much kills everything, really. Just make sure you've got a small pinch. It's only like a 35-minute build, in it, so it's like 1 coin and wait a few minutes.
Incredibly handy as well.
Yeah, 39 minutes, and just have it as a backup for those idiots that go in there with radar runners that you know are going to pinch you.
Oh, for sure.
Scully crews.
Oh, I've seen so many DOS crews and so many hellhounds in there with radar runners on with a large pinch. It's like, seriously, you got hellhounds.
Scotty, DOS crew you were saying? You fucking ironic cunt.
Yeah, I know, but I got it used against me. I had one left. Thought I'd use it up.
To be fair though, do you need to use it when you've got Bullseye and Mastodons? It's a waste of time.
It is pretty much. The only saving grace of it is that it lasts for an hour and a half, doesn't it? So you can get quite a few battles done with it.
Yeah,
too bad.
Suppose 2 Bullseyes though is just the equivalent.
Well, it's the same cost if you're going to replenish them anyway, isn't it? Yeah, and you get more hate mail.
That's always fun.
What does everyone think of the prizes? I mean, what's the buzzard missile?
Well, it's just a jacked up version of the Torrent 3, isn't it? Basically.
I think it's pretty decent, but I don't think it's worth grinding away the whole weekend to get number 1. Especially because they've already said it's going to be re-released, haven't they? So.
I agree with you. I don't think it's worth spending a ton of time on it.
I've really enjoyed it, to be fair. It's not cost anything. It's not cost anything. You can rank your fleets up and you can get a crap load of res if you need it. So.
And then a uranium pack at the end.
Yeah. I just meant the missile, not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many advantages to actually doing it. Like, you're ranking your ships up in there, so you're getting a bit of rank on there. You're not just monotonously just hitting salve after salve after salve. You know, at least you got to think a little bit about what you're doing in there and having fun and just having some fun battles.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's not going to cost you anything in repairs if you use uranium and protection. You gain uranium, and depending on how many battles you're doing there and your ranking in your leaderboard, you obviously got the uranium pot at the end of it. So depending on how many wins you've got compared to everybody else, you get a certain percentage of the uranium pot. So you're going to be gaining uranium from it as well if you've got quite a few wins.
Yeah, I think so. I'm in first in R1, and I think I've got 29,000 uranium out of the pot. not to be turned up at, especially now the way dredges are going. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
But I won't pull that cat out the bag just yet.
Right. So, has anybody else got anything they want to add about the Forsaken Arena tournament?
I'm enjoying it more than hitting bases at the moment, to be honest.
Well, at least you get hit back, don't you, in the Forsaken Arena?
Yeah, there's no one hitting bases right now. Funny enough, I think the only thing, the clever tip in there is people are putting one sub in the fleet that doesn't got no armor and try and sneak it around the back to get mastodons. If you haven't got a big fleet and you still want to play in it, then don't use all subs because it's just a merciful kill. But try and put some Harlocks in, take out the Frosty. Once you've got the Frosty, then you can sink everything in that fleet, really. So just be clever about it. Mix your ships up. Don't just turn your nose up at it.
Another thing is if you've got a Phantom Nighthawk fleet, what you can do is you can jump in there, and if you can beat the fleet and it hasn't got any thermal on it, all well and good. If you can't beat the fleet and it has got thermal on it, and you've run in a radar runners and you've got a big pinch, drop that big pinch on them and just get one set of torpedoes off, you can still claim the win.
Oh, yeah.
And then run it around for the rest of the day.
Very good point.
Yeah, I've had a couple of people do that to me.
Just bear in mind that the most damage wins. So if you think you've drawn, you haven't.
Yeah, you still get the win points, but you don't get the kill streak bonuses. Obviously, if you kill the fleet completely, you'll get the kill streak bonuses. But if you don't, if you're just doing the most damage, you won't get that kill streak.
Yeah. But I think I've seen people like with one sub left trying to save it for a draw.
Yeah, so you know, it's most damage wins, doesn't matter. But you know, if you've got 5 ships going in and you've killed 2 ships and they've killed 4 of yours, it's not going to be a draw if you've only got 1 ship left. Basically. Does anybody else want to add anything? What about you, Rig? Have you been doing it at all?
Oh, I've tried it a little bit. The problems I'm having is trying to match fleets. I get my ass handed to me by a couple of Harlocks, and then you throw in mine, and then I see a different fleet. So I like the idea of what you guys are bringing up about, having a sub in there to try and save a win, that kind of thing. I'm not doing very, very good in the arena, that's for sure.
I think a big tip is if you've got mastodons, what the bastards keep doing is pinching them. So at the start of the battle, if you split them off either side, they can only ever pinch one. And the only time I've been beaten doing that is with DOS.
Another good thing as well is if you've got it on your fleet, agility system free.
Yeah, because that cuts down your stun time, doesn't it? So obviously pinches aren't going to last as long as what they usually would. It's like 50%, is it? I think.
Yeah.
As standard.
My Mastodon.
I haven't tried it this arena, but the last arena I was throwing Arbiter with drones on it, and it helped out a lot.
Yeah, you can force a few people with drones to do a little bit more, can't you? To hang back because obviously the drones are coming at them.
Problem is though, if you got retargeting.
Yeah, this is it. It's one of those, isn't
Change
it? Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? You've got a it's catch-22, isn't it? It's everything.
Yeah, you kind of got to have the strong fleet to back it up. I was using it with a Frosty, 2 Atlases, and a Mastodon, and then I threw the Arbiter in there, and it helped me win a few battles last round.
Yeah. I mean, I've just switched on. I mean, I'm using a Frosty, a Mastodon, one of my Strike Kodiaks, a Nighthawk, and a Decoy R5 Zerk with just cut one on to target with the Mastodon. So I can send that forward and not have to worry about it dying or anything. Just target for the Mastodon.
What are you doing now, Rob? Are you going to share your screen to everyone? Show everybody what you're doing?
Yeah. Just saying a memorial, mate. I didn't
Why is that not
participate in the
surprising?
arena, so someone's kindly sent me a PM with 2 memorials in this world. So for the next couple of hours, I'm preoccupied. I put the codes on the chat if anyone wants to come and help. This guy had a full cruiser fleet here.
Such a
How
bully.
much was this dead guy worth?
What overworld are you in?
I'm in the 300s.
Shit, I'm in the 4s. I would come bash some heads if I'm in the 4s. Sorry.
You couldn't even kill a Corvette, mate.
Oh yeah, Nighthawks don't kill anything.
Come
Not
fight
sure
me,
what
I
my
have a
screen's
pink flag.
doing. Hang on.
Yeah, sorry, we have got a show. I should be hosting, shouldn't I? My bad.
My screen share's not working, mate.
No.
Oh, what a disaster. I thought we were going to get a live hit.
So I was a bit
Let's see if we can
distracted.
get one later.
Go for that now, and yours should work.
So what do you guys think anyway about the recent changes? What have happened in the game? We all know what it is.
Anybody want to
like
start it
I'm
off?
glad you finally fixed it.
Yeah. I'm still out there, I'm still hitting bases, I'm still having fun. I don't see the big deal.
Like I said the other night, you know, it just amazes me at how many people were openly admitting that they were using the glitch repair.
Yeah.
That surprised me as well, because I remember a long time ago when I got it, and everybody kept it to themselves, and it seems like this time they're just adamant to let everyone know that they was doing it, and now that it's like they're saying they're going on coining strikes and playing strikes, but it's still the same game as it was.
Yeah.
It always has.
They've just fixed it basically.
Yeah, there's some Facebook page out there where they're trying to band together to not hit bases and stuff. Push stuff.
Kickside versus players. Yeah.
Right.
I'm banned from
And,
that page. They didn't like what I had to say.
Yeah,
I can't
when you
screen share.
when you scroll down the page there, you see how many fucking groups are aligning with this. I counted like over 40 and just laughed.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is, you just got to learn how to play smart again and manage your fleets and manage your damage and play.
The thing is, a lot of people moan about the glitches getting repaired. They repair them and then still moan.
Yeah, it's because
Well, I do.
at the time everybody was giving a front saying they weren't doing it, so they wanted it fixed. But now it is fixed, they're all complaining because what they asked for, what they was always moaning about, now has finally been done, and they don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, somebody brought up a good point too about the prices of building fleets and that kind of stuff. That's all because of a massive amount of people were glitching. That's one reason why I spent $900 to build the fleet.
You spent $900.
$900.
I won't say what the other reason is you spent that much money.
I
No,
don't
it
go
was-
far from that either. The Hellhounds.
It was to build 5 and then rank 4 of them.
But the problem with it, I mean, you've got to look at it, the way Kickstarter's looking at it is, they're thinking, right, we're making these boats longer and longer, and there's still plenty of people who's happy to go out like you are, to spend that kind of money on doing boats. So they're not going to sit there and think, well, you know, we're going to make them cheaper or less time, if people are still happy to go out and spend that kind of money on the new must-have boat or base weapon or anything like that. So they're not going to change it.
Yeah, right, guys. Yeah. I think Panda's going to do a live hit in the arena, aren't you, Panda?
Yeah, I've got him held on screen share, it's all good.
Watch me get a DOS crew now.
Yeah, he's new. He always does under pressure.
I'll get fucked up on air.
I think while we're waiting for the next minute and 23 seconds, I think that one of the biggest reasons why people are having problems is not only because the glitch repair was fixed, but now they actually have to take their time and hit a base with prep and whatnot. And a lot of people sit for the last, I don't know, the glitch has been around for what, at least a good 8-10 months.
They've been going a lot longer than that. They've been going for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I heard about it 8-10 months ago or so, but what I'm getting at is you know, people were so used to going out and hitting 10, 15, 20 fleets a day. Now it's like, you know, they don't know how to use their brains into actually hitting a base properly. Whereas, you know, when you had that, you just went right on in and did your hit, whatever damage you took, it didn't matter because you were going to come back out with a new fleet anyways in the next 5 minutes.
Do you know, the thing is now, glitches have been out for years. We all know it.
It's the content.
A long time ago, there was few people who would do glitching, and when they would, they wouldn't overuse it. They'd use it probably, I don't know, say for example 4 or 5 times a day maybe. And there was a point that you was wary to have a glitch repair your fleet, and then all of a sudden it become well known to the game, and then suddenly everybody's doing it, and they're not putting no coins to repairing a fleet at all. They're just literally glitching every time.
And not only that, with Nighthawks as well.
You know, kids are going to be sitting there and they're thinking, well, you know, we've allowed this glitch to go on for years, but we're still earning money off of them repairing, and then all of a sudden it's gone straight to 95% of the game's now glitch repairing, and nobody's putting no coins into their repairs, so they're going to lose a lot of money. So therefore they thought the only way we can do it is completely kill it off, and there's a lot of people complaining about it. But I'm sorry to say, tough. You shouldn't have took advantage of a game error.
No, I didn't expect that fleet to run at me like that.
Not only that, you shouldn't build your strategy around taking advantage of the game. There's a lot of people who would build the boats, not have a clue how to drive them, and just use that glitch to make up for their lack of skill. I'm glad to see it's gone. I never used it because I put enough. Sorry, not to cut you off. I haven't put anywhere near the amount of money that some people in this panel have, but I put enough that I would be pissed if I fucked it up and just threw that money away. So I don't cheat in this game. I never have. I'm glad to see it gone.
My point on this is there's 2 things. One, obviously I've not been hit in 3 days now. I was getting hit every time my bubble was down. So for me, as a player who coins, it's 26 coins back every day for me. So Bonzo, I can do an extra base hit. I think the problem that's occurred is because there's been so many players glitching that now they realise they've put the weeklies in, they've put the arena in, they've upped the cost on fleets, and no one's been bothered because everyone's been glitching and cheating. The people who haven't been have been paying fair and going, Jesus, this is getting expensive. They pull the glitch and everyone goes, shit, this is expensive. And do you know what? Yeah, it is. Now you know how we fucking felt for a long time. And do you know what? Stop your crying and either put your case forward and get Kickside to sort it out, or, you know, deal with it. But this is how us players have been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
This prick's
I'll tell you what, everybody, you know, you read through the forums and you read through the Facebooks and you hear the people bitching, moaning, and crying about the build times and repair time. I would say if the player base got together and asked for some reduced repair times, leave the build times alone. It's a win-win for both sides. We get to play more cheaper, and they get to make money on guys coining their ships. You know, segregate this. Don't put them together anymore. Ask for one, and maybe we'll get something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think what annoys me, and I agree with everything that's on that page in the sense of, you know, Will said he'd he'd make it a cheaper repair model because applying a dry dock's a band-aid. His exact words. I was on that Battle Vortex show when he said that, and for me, fair dues. If that's your plan, oh, it's pinching me, the little wank. If that's your plan, then fine, but don't bring out holes that are then 55, 60 coins. What a wasted pinch, you little prick. Then don't bring out hellhounds and mastodons that cost 50, 60 coins to repair after you've said that.
Even some Kodiaks now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. If you're going to say something, do it.
I mean, to me, Panda, I think you hit the nail on the head there. You can't. I mean, Kicks, I've said a lot that they're working to fix build times, and it's not a simple fix, and it takes time. but they're not heading in the right direction, bringing out the Hellhound with a 150% repair modifier, and you've got to have at least 4 ships to get the most out of the fleet. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, not only that, some good prep fleets now can cost about the same as a baser.
Reapers, 37
Yeah.
coins.
I was about to say then.
My Reapers with a Berserker are 37 coins if I get killed.
Yeah,
My Kodiaks are 47.
I think I think they're trying to evaluate before they make a decision on any reduction on cost and time and stuff too, because there's a lot of people that are glitching. All of a sudden, there's a massive change in the game, so they have to allow some time to go by to try and figure this shit out.
Well, I hit a couple of bases earlier with the Hellhounds, and that's 76 coin repair.
Jesus Christ! You even coined them as well. What was that? 600, 500 quid fleet.
And they got sniped, and the one time they weren't fully dead, but the second time they got sniped at the tower. So
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot more sniping lately. A hell of a lot more.
Do you know what it is for me? Like, I've always coined fleets, and I've always been classed as a big coiner. Do you know, now they're even pricing me out. I'm struggling to keep up. I mean, I used to coin 2 to 3 fleets sometimes on a payday because I could.
Yeah.
Now I can coin just about 1. Like today, I've just fixed my guard. I put the Hellhound in this fleet, and that's me done. And that used to get me 2 or 3 fleets.
I mean, like I said, last raid I coined 5 of the Hellhounds. 1 was a decoy, and then 4 as a fleet. And it gets expensive.
So, guys, in terms of solutions, then, what would you say that they should do about it now? Then, what would be your way of going forward from here?
Repair modifiers.
You must
I think on dredge fleets, on stuff that's AI combat, so dredge fleets, minis, etc., you should get the same option like you do with the Forsaken Arena. You should get give us 1,000 uranium, you can do your weekly, and you can take no damage. And the basic chores for non-coining players need to be looked after like that. And then the rest is down to players basing, fighting, hitting. And that's down to you then, and reduce those pairs, or, you know, just something to do that.
Or like, you know, the way, it doesn't have to be half, but the way obviously in raids you get half repair time. Do something like that, like a quarter repair or something when you're doing your mini raids or dredge days or something.
The suggestion that I've got, I mean, what it seems to be with the game is the longer you've played and the more effort you've put into the game, the more it costs you, right? So, you know, you've got people with the low attack and stuff like that, and you know, it's all quite cheap for them. And then as they've worked harder and they've progressed and they've got the better tech, as your tech level goes up, so does the cost. You shouldn't be rewarding people that have been playing longer and have built up that tech, rather than penalising them for spending longer in the game. You know, I think that really you should be capping it out so that, you know, whatever your tech level, there should be a maximum amount that you're spending. You know, and as your level increases and as you get more technology, you know, you should be bumping it up into a different sort of category, if you like.
I think they should.
But it's still costing the same.
Yeah, I agree, and I think they should do like a new starter pack. I think if you're a new player coming into this game, you're screwed. There is no way you can catch up and compete. They should do like a 75% growth reduction, and when you get to level 40, you could build a fleet for free, and you know, to really help players grow quick to keep up with everybody else playing.
Well, yeah, especially with all this limited tech now. I mean, you'd have half the limited tech, which you'd have starting now. You're screwed.
Exactly, and I think
Your Highlander and your Frosty and all this sort of stuff.
I mean,
I don't know about limited tech, but I mean, once you hit that level 50 mark, you know, you got guys level 100 coming and just smashing your base for the alliance points. I've said this before on other shows that there should still be a limit to attack. I mean, raise it to 10 or 20 for plus or minus or something, but a level 90 going and hitting level 50 for alliance points is silly as far as the game mechanics go.
I think they've got a big problem with the game mechanics right now. I think there's a lot of play. The problem is they're not renewing the base. So it's like a business. If you don't renew your base, customers are always going to leave, but no one's coming in, so you're going to go broke. Kickstarter are doing exactly that right now, and unless they do something about it, they're pissing all the players off right now with the glitch repair going. Unless they do something to help them out or to realise, shit, right, okay, there was a lot glitching, then they're going to lose a lot of the base, and I'm sorry to say that doesn't fare well for a lot of us, because you're going to lose a lot of players. Yes, they are cheats, but end of the day, the players to fight against.
Let's be honest though, it's been boring the last couple of days.
Really boring.
Because
I
nobody's out fighting, nobody's doing
I
nothing.
went on a cruise with my Nighthawks last night. I started at Rob's base, which is like 60 sectors away from mine. And for half an hour, I just let my Nighthawks cruise through. I saw 1 or 2 Drac bases bubbled, and maybe 5% to 10% of bases bubbled over about 15 sectors. What's that tell you?
Yeah.
People can't afford to do the weeklies. You put yourself into a non-coiner's shoes, right? You do the weekly, you do a Drac base, you then do your alliance points. If you think of the amount of repairs, you've got nothing else left to do.
Yeah.
You should be able to do the weekly for no damage.
Exactly.
That weekly is anybody with the right tech, and that, all you need is one sub, a CUDA, a Nighthawk, or a Spectre. You can do that weekly for free.
That's kind of why I was agreeing with what Mike said too about backing off on the repair times and maybe adjusting the cost of new fleets afterwards.
I think there should be a cap on what the repair modifier goes to as well, and then as the new tech comes out, the repair modifiers on the older ships go down, so it never reaches past a certain point.
That modifiers are a lie.
I just think that they need to cap it so that there's a maximum level. I mean, I know that Vega Conflict have got a maximum cap, and no matter what ships you have and what technologies you have, there's a maximum cap at which they repair at, and there's a maximum cap at how much it costs to build it.
Yeah,
So-
$100 is the max in Vega, so nothing costs more than $100.
So, yeah.
Which sounds it sounds like obviously we're all laughing, but look how
No,
much we
I'm-
spend on fleets on battle pirates. It's a hell of a lot more than $100.
That's
Yeah,
what I
but
mean.
Vega
I'm
is
laughing.
boring as
My ass and pull out a couple $100 bills here, guys.
Vega is boring as hell, though.
If I look at if they said to me I could build a fleet for $100, I'd be laughing, rolling on the floor, trying to my bamboo, mate.
Well, if they told you could get your
Jumping through
50 on
hoops.
the map. That happens
I
on
don't
Vega,
think
doesn't it? You
there's
can get your
any
50
other
inches on the map.
game. I don't think there's any other game out there that's anywhere near as expensive as this is. Nothing I have ever found compares to the level of ramp up that they expect you to be able to use to be competitive.
You don't have to spend a ton of money to be competitive. My limit is $50 a month, $50 US dollars a month.
Well, which mom was
And I'm a level 66 player. I got 8 fleets I can go out and do a lot of stuff with.
But you're still $700 a year. I mean,
They do a
it's
lot
still
of dying.
a lot of money when you put it in the long run.
Not really. How much you pay for your cable a month?
Well, more than that, but I mean, we're about on the same level of our addiction here. Trust me, I spend more on this game than I'd like to admit.
Well,
but
what
my
I'm
point is, in
saying-
general, when you want to speed up a week and it's $35 a week,
I just
When I
spent £200
pay
today.
$50 a month, I'm playing this game 40 to 60 hours a month. I don't watch television. I get on a computer. I mess around on this game. I do other stuff. This is my entertainment for the month. $50 is fair.
Well, as
That's
a
what I
natural
spend.
non-coiner who spends, like top £6, I think that's all I've ever spent changing my name. I mean, the game for me, and I don't play the game like an idiot. I've had a bit of help on the way, like teaching me how to do stuff. And the mission, I can do for free. You've got Spectres, and even if I didn't have a Spectre, it takes me about 3 hours on auto with 2 fleets with D92U, which is in the tier 3 of the mission. So for lower players coming up, I mean, me and Payne did a walkthrough. If we could get tier 3 now if we really wanted to, it's not tough to get that. That's a fleet that can auto 40, so it's not tough getting up to a point in the game where you can do the mission, it's not that tough really getting to a point where you can do a drag face. The problem is you can't do dredge feats, you can't get close to them, so you're instantly capped at whatever you can hit from a drag face for say a 10-hour repair, and whatever you can hit in the mission, say 25k.
Sounds to me.
The problem is, Tal, you get like we were saying, it's easy to get to a certain level. We could easily win the D92 on that little account, but what we're gonna do with it? You know, we're gonna build a fleet and then we're gonna hit something, and we're out of the game, and that's it. That's our one fleet gone, and we won't be able to hit anything for a while. And there comes a point, maybe around 50, 60, that level. If you haven't got the coins to get those raids done and get those new ships, no matter what tier 3 or tier 4 prizes you get, you're still not going to be able to keep up.
Yeah, that's what I was then going to say though. Because when you get past, as soon as you have to start hitting raids and as soon as you start hitting bases, you basically hit a brick wall. And for me, as a non-coiner, that pretty much is going to carry on through no matter how, you can't hit a base for no damage. Do you know what I mean? You can't hit a decent base for no damage. It doesn't happen. It's not how the game works. It's not like where you used to be able to run in auto and with siege Bs on DNX with 6 hails on them, and all that could hit you as victory mortars. The game's moved on from that now. And when any base is going to take probably 12, 14 hours to repair, do you know what I mean? It's that you hit a brick wall in the game and you can't move past that, and that's sort of where I think the game's going wrong at the minute.
The trouble is, it also depends on what level you call competitive, to be honest. I mean, you know, we all play the games in different worlds, really. I mean, I know Hiram's saying that he feels that he's competitive in the way that he plays, but then he's not playing it in a way like, for instance, me and Panda are at a different level again. So each person really has their amount that they want to spend and what they feel is being competitive. You know, and people's views on what being competitive change, and you know, it depends really on their own thinking as to how they feel that they are doing in the grand scheme of things.
Panda will tell you,
I agree with that 100%, Steve.
I'm competitive in this game. I can't help it. I'll try not to be, but Panda will tell you if we both got something going at the same time, I'll make sure I've got it done first, just for the sake of it. It's happened many a times.
He's a prick.
And, and the problem is to do that, it costs a lot of money. But
I think that. Sorry, mate.
I do.
I think for me, and you're right there, Earth, and I think all levels, I think regardless of that, I think one, they've got to, so we kind of, so I was writing the list with a couple of the guys who were in the page that's obviously got this big group going, and I really hope they're successful and I really support it. And we were saying, right, if they ask us what's a list of the top 5 things they need to change, we came up with a list of 5 that we think could help all levels out. So the first and foremost was to just slash repair times by half across the board, every level, and make it back to where it used to be probably, a year ago? I mean, a top flight DNX crew fleet used to cost, 20, 25 coins? All D71Ls back in the day, and that was probably regarded as a respectable repair time. So point 1 was to do that. Point 2 was to revamp track bases and bring them up to speed with the game, so people like Tyler can get the uranium from them. So actually, rather than getting 4,000, actually they'll get 5,000 or 6,000 from it, maybe 10,000. Really bring the track bases back in from a reward. Secondly, stop the weekly. The weekly is just a pain in the ass. Make it another raid prize. We don't see why they take that chore away from us. And then the 4th one was build times, and slash your build times by a 1/3. And then the 5th one was still up for debate, but for me the 5th one was all around the throttling and making it consistent for everyone to actually, if I've got to sit there with no bubble, everybody else should as well. So, but they were the kind of the 5 that came up across the board, and that was over 8,000 players. So gives you an idea of where the community's at, really.
I mean, I've got to agree. I mean, the repair times are getting ridiculous. The build times are ridiculous. I mean, the way that this game's going, they expect you to pay to win the prize, then they expect you to pay to build the prize, then they expect you to pay to play with it. Well, why don't you just give them all of the money and not bother? because the amount of time it takes you to repair stuff and the amount of fun that they've taken out of the game with all of the chores that you've got to do, you know, a lot of people are just wondering whether there's actually any point in it anymore.
I truthfully reckon Kickstarter's going to feel it really hard this raid, because obviously there was a lot of men, get the words out. There was a lot of people glitch repairing, as they've openly admitted. Now, obviously, the gold they were saving from doing that on raids, they was using on either speeding up retros, building boats, anything like that. Now that's all gone. It's all going to have to go on the raid. So I reckon they're going to see, more than anything, I reckon they'll see a decrease in the gold that people's using than what they intend to get now.
The main thing is them leaderboards ain't going to be showing 400 million points and 300 million points this raid. I guarantee that.
Do you know, I got 365 million one time, and someone sent me a message. They said, prove to me that you're not cheating on how you're doing it. I actually posted all my payments that I was doing over a couple of pages just to prove that I was a genuine player, because they didn't like the fact that I was so high up on there. I said, look,
and I don't mean to imply that everybody that got that many points is cheating, but I'm saying, you look at them leaderboards the last couple raids, how many people got 200 million points that were level 55? You know,
I actually had I got told I was selfish as well because I got so many points. Not the fact that I was helping even non-coiners in the sector. I was helping as many people as I could because I had the fleets to do it and I was finding it really cheap. I also had a few greasy monkeys, so the coins was really cheap as well. And someone actually had to go at me in comms and private message me saying I was a selfish player for having that many points.
I might relocate to you next raid, gay boy. You can give me
gay boy.
Hell yeah, I'm coming over to you too, man.
You know what though? That was actually someone, I won't mention who it is, but they'll know it is if they're watching. That was actually someone in my old alliance, Dog X, who was calling me all that.
I think the main thing is you're going to see, like, the beauty of it's been the amount of bases I used to hit, and Nerf, you're probably accustomed to this, and Rig Pig as well, because in J-Boy, I used to hit a base, oh yeah, go glitch your fleet. Actually, I don't, but anyway, and now I'm hitting bases still. Nothing's changed in my game, bar the messages have stopped.
And now you can actually see who is and who isn't.
For sure.
Last week we was having a fight with a certain alliance, and they must have thought, just before the glitch stopped, they must have thought we was glitch repairing because we was not hard. So what they was doing, they was locking our base every time the fleet had come back. I don't know, to keep the fleet in. Of course, as soon as they let go of me base, we coin back out, and they'd lock my base again, wait for it to come back. And I sent a message, I said, don't matter how many times you lock my base up, this fleet is coming back out until you leave us alone. And eventually they did, and then we went and levelled the whole line.
Funny you should say that, because that's exactly what was happening to me. And then, funnily enough, we were fighting a group of insectors, and quite a well-known group. I won't mention any names, but let's just say that they were hitting 40 to 50 bases a day. And then straight away, as soon as they come, they stopped hitting completely.
Trailer Trash even posted on his page, does anyone know a new glitch? So TTMX are
really
glitching fuckers. I'll say it, I hate it.
I'll just say that it wasn't TTMX. It was another group, but you know, just to put it out there and be fair, it wasn't them.
Okay,
but it was another group, and let's just say they were hitting lots of bases, and then all of a sudden on Tuesday it stopped.
No worries, I'll say TTMX have gone down the shitter since it, but never mind.
One thing I'm happy to see the back of is...
Like Sanda and Steve were saying, that you're seeing who the players are, who was actually using the coin, and who was playing the correct play. Me and Payne Train and a couple others got on the other night and just showed people, hey, look, you can still play the game. We hit a drac base, a couple bases, and a couple other things, and only ended up with a few hours repair. You play smart, not stupid.
We just got on to have fun, really. We didn't get on to smash the biggest alliances and spend all night cleaning out our all-sorts. We just got on, had a good night, had a good laugh.
One thing I'll have to see the back of, and I'm sure like Panda and one I've come across him, and he knows who he is, the spamming Reaper fleets in your base and suiciding them. They
Oh,
take
yeah.
the whole guard out. Seven Reaper preps suiciding.
7 Reaper preps and 7 rockets, and then
Yeah.
then a Kodiak fleet afterwards.
I think just to go back to Mike's comment before, I think the key to the game now is re-educating people on, okay, you've been glitching, you've been slamming fleets into shit, and now you've got to do it properly with a little bit of skill. Let me help you. And I think one of the things I think it'd be good to find out, because I know a lot of people watch the Alliance Crib show, is do they want to see dredge builds? Like, do they want us to support them by posting builds that'll help them in dredge fleets, track bases, minis, weeklies? You know, what do players want now? Because I think we can use this show to help people.
Yeah.
And I think let's get a poll on the page this week and say, right, as a page, what do you want to get help from? And we'll post your builds on next show to help you reduce your cost and repair times X, Y, and Z.
Crap.
That's actually funny that you mentioned that too, because today I went out and hit nine dredge fleets and had several people watching. It was kind of amusing. You never seen people watch.
I had that today. I went out and hit a few dredges because I can do like 4, but I rush them quite quick. I was hitting 4 dredges and I was amazed. I think I had sank like 6 or 7 viewers every time I was hitting them. I was getting
How you doing?
I think they were trying to steal them off you, mate. That's what that was.
Nah, they weren't stealing them, mate, because I knew I could handle them. Or I had my phantoms there ready.
But like my dredge fleet can do 4 dredges now without repair. So if players, and it's nothing major, you know, a lot of people have got Mastodons right now. It's about putting the right flagships in, and then all I do for my baser is take my Mastodons out of that and put it into my baser version. So I get 2 fleets, but for 1.5. And I think we just need to help people, although they've been glitching and costing me coins, wankers. We do need to help them now, and don't really know any. Otherwise, it's going to be a shit-ass boring game. Let's be honest.
The thing is, I've seen people hit high dredges with MCXs for minimal damage because of what they've got in the fleet. They're using like drones and stuff to like.
You just got to use your brain. What I like, my favourite saying this week has been because everybody's been whining, brain power over wine power.
Yeah.
And use your brain and cut your costs. Don't whine about it, because there's no point in whining. The amount of whining that you're doing is going to make no difference to it whatsoever. Got to start using your brain and getting the stuff done that you need to get done by whatever means you've got to do it.
Rather than just throwing fleets at it.
Yeah, it's called a strategy game, not a blitz game.
You know,
I'll tell you what, guys. Sorry, we're 2 weeks away from the raid now, aren't we? We're at 2 weeks yesterday. Is it? I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. When this next raid comes around, kicks are going to have to make it a hell of a lot easier, because personally, I've had to sit out the last couple of raids because my fleet just can't handle them, and I don't want to just be asking for help the whole time. But for those who were glitching or those that are non-coiners anyway, if Kickstarter are going to start getting more revenue in now, they've got to make the raids easier, because if not, players will just walk away. They're just undoable at the minute. Without help from your alliance in a serious way, for a non-coiner, or if you haven't got the top fleet, you really can't do them. I mean, they removed specs. Specs with Crypt Keepers used to be a non-coiner's way through. Removed that. Removed running dead fleets in the campaign. Do you know what I mean? Any easy way to do it, they are cutting out of the game. So they're going to have to make the cost of it go down.
But do you think they will, mate? Or do you think they'll just leave it as it is or make it harder?
Probably not. They're bastards, aren't they? They're probably going to make it even harder.
The bastard. That's the best I've heard of.
I like it.
I actually think that they ended up shutting down that glitch right now.
Well, you know, another thing is with these
Just
new,
to have a value.
Go on, Rick. Say what you're saying, mate.
I think he's lagging a bit.
Yeah.
I will say one thing I'm happy to the back of, though. The long journey home.
Well, I wanted to say something that, you know, the raid, you know, they brought these Reavers back. I don't do very well with this raid. It cost me a good bit of coin the last raid. And I haven't decided whether I'm even going to try this one too much because, my God, I still got pertinent halls that'll do me well from the hall raid to build. You know, and we're back to build times where I still got 3 or 4 months of pertinent halls I can build right now.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Here we go again.
I don't know who that was.
Yeah, Jesus, I wonder.
But
Me for a change.
on a serious note, though, I mean, I think, I've put out a couple of videos in the last week, how to do damage and a few techniques that are going to save you a bit of coinage, save you time in repairs, whether you pay for it or you use the time to repair. You know, I've just put a video up yesterday of how to do dredges for like a 3.5 hour repair and stuff like that. So, you know, there's plenty of ways of doing it. You just need to sort of figure it out.
It's like I said, there's a lot of old players that have that will probably still have a siege drone hurricane or something lying about. That can help so much in dredges and whatever to direct the fire. Just leave the siege drone hurricane at the back to direct the fire from like the javelins and different things, and that will cut your repair time down.
Yeah.
Doing stuff like that.
I know on the last show or on the last show I was on anyway, that we spoke about hacking and we seemed to get a bit of a reaction from Kixeye. If there's anyone from Kixeye watching this, please, for the majority of the community that don't want to spend a massive amount of money, make there a way, no matter how clever the strategy has to be, that you can do the next raid feasibly and that it's not ridiculously difficult. I mean, hopefully they bring out a sort of dredge alternative now. That would be nice, like how dredges were originally, and that'll bring the cost down a bit. But yeah, just don't now edge the community out of the game that aren't going to spend a lot, even more so than they have done.
All I'm going to say on the matter, right, is no matter how much things cost in this game, right, people have their budgets and they will spend up to their budgets. Whether that budget, you know, they're still going to spend the same amount of money, whether it's on fleets or anything like that, and whether you cut the costs by half or cut it by a quarter, you're still going to earn the same amount of money because people are going to spend up to their limit.
Yeah.
I think with the glitch repair though, I think that points are going to be a lot more reasonable, and I don't think it's going to be near as hard just because there's not a glitch repair.
I wouldn't expect that this raid. I would expect this raid to tank, and next raid it would get more reasonable possibly.
I agree. I wouldn't expect a rebalance right away. If they do it, then that would be miraculous and wonderful and appreciated. But I really feasibly don't see anything until at least the March raid.
I hope they bring out a really big, overpowered hull. Like
Well, that was weird. That was odd.
Yeah, that was really odd. Everybody else get kicked out?
Yeah.
Well, are we back?
I did. That was kind of weird.
Are we back?
We're back. I think.
We're live.
We're live.
We all got kicked out.
What'd you do, Rob?
Payne's got something dodgy on his servers. I didn't think that's what it was. Payne had something up in the background.
Yeah, here's one thing to consider too is that you know, they're talking about the raid and points, that kind of stuff. With all the glitching that's been going on, I heard 8-10 months, maybe longer. People have been taking advantage of that, so obviously you brought your tech level way up there. So the advantage still falls to the players that managed to get all this tech for nothing.
That's a good point, Rick. I hadn't really thought. Yeah, compared to me, grinded away the raids for the last year and managed to get like the Mastodons, and that's about it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to me as well, the last raid, as soon as I saw the Hellhound and saw what the repair time was going to be on it, I didn't even bother. Because for me, as a non-coiner, there is no point, and a non-glitcher, just to add, there's no point me getting a Hellhound build that's going to take me over a day to repair and 5 months to build. There's just no point in that.
We'll be able to maintain it.
Yeah, exactly. It's unrealistic for a non-core. There's no point me even trying. It could have been the best hull in the world, but if it takes that long to build and repair, no point in even going for it. So,
which is what a lot of people now are having problems with the built fleets that they can't maintain.
Well, this is it, yeah. I mean, but it's crazy. I mean, I'm a whale corner, and I didn't even bother with building any of the Hellhounds. Because the way I seen it is just I'm not spending 80 coins to repair a fleet, or 67 for just the Hellhounds.
Yeah,
I'm not spending that much.
Mine runs about 65 coins to repair.
Yeah, I'm not paying that much.
Yeah, that's retarded. That's just ridiculous.
And I don't see it as a fleet that's worth that kind of repair.
I'll tell you what would be great is if they now bought out a Seawolf X. This would be the ideal time to do it. A nice repair hull.
Oh my god, what's that?
Hello? Anyone hear me?
No.
Yes, we can hear you. And
No, we can't hear anything.
I got back in, motherfucker.
I can see something though. I don't know what it is.
Your Kickstarter Google.
Now wait. Now you guys that you guys that are admittedly the whale coiners that have won, built, and are using the Hellhounds. Is it worth that repair time?
No.
No.
Not anywhere close.
I didn't think so, because I mean, looking at the stats on it and the damage you take, I mean, there's a lot of other fleets that can do everything it can do better.
Tell you the reason I built it is because of the Windigo bug. We all know it happens. That's perma slowdown.
Exactly. It's the same reason why I built mine. Exactly the same reason.
Yeah, I have. I've had that today again. I still
So they haven't fixed that one.
No, I still smashed the base up. 12 javelins, Wendigo, and a cryo turret. I smashed him. He was on and driving with a level 50 strike missile and siege missile Kodiak fleet in his base. And I smashed him, sorted him with 4 Kodiaks and a hurricane of siege drones.
Because we all know that minus 30% defences sucks if you get it permanently.
We got anything else then? We've spent quite a while on the glitch repair. Are there anything new in the game that we want to talk about now? Or?
Looks like the YouTube link's gone there, guys. People are saying it's gone.
So some of the other big news I heard was CM Robot's gone. I wonder what that's going to do for things now.
You need to refresh it to get the link back.
Yeah.
Just refresh the page and it'll come back.
CM Robot has been, in my opinion, whether he's getting misinformation and passing it along in good faith, he's about useless as a community manager. That's my opinion on him.
I wouldn't say he was useless. I just said he had no balls.
I think Earth got a bit pissy with him towards the end, didn't you, Earth? Did he piss you off, old CM Robot?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's just the attitude that people had. Like, it's not so much even towards me. It's just to players in general. You know what I mean? It's they released the Hellhounds. They released the Hellhounds, and they didn't say anything about the stacking effect of the siege batteries on it. All right. There's a fair comment that those stats were shown before you built it, but with all of the other glitches in the game where things not showing up before you build stuff and things showing up that shouldn't be showing up and when you're building stuff, you don't always rely on that. You generally, most of the time, rely on the fact that you know how it works with everything else before you put it on there. And I really do believe that they should have mentioned in the release notes that it wasn't going to stack.
When I refit mine, I actually put that on mine, and I had to refit mine.
Well, let me add to my comment. I said Robot was useless, but I will give him credit. The whiny pussy asses on that forum, I would have been a lot nastier than he was, a lot sooner than he was.
It wasn't so much that. It wasn't so much that people. It was because people were whining. But I do believe that the attitude when Kickseye have done wrong, and they should be just saying, look, yeah, all right, we're sorry. We should have told you beforehand. You know, it was wrong of us. We do apologise. It was an oversight. That's all they had to say. They didn't have to go, well, it was quite obvious to us. Well, of course it was obvious to you. You're the ones that fucking implemented it.
For me, the best thing Kickseye have ever done, and it was nearer when they started. Anyone remember when they brought in that an awful graphics grid, the awful new graphics, and it was absolute. The first sense looked like blue blobs. They looked awful, and
Looked like street pizza.
Yeah, Will Hardin literally did a little, I don't know, like letter to the community saying, yeah, we fucked up. I don't know what the hell these new glitches are, but they look like shit. We're changing it back. Don't quit the game. Do you know what I mean? And to me, there's been occasions where if Kickseye showed a little more of that rather than, being arrogant arseholes and just fucking up raids, making them as hard as they can, cutting out any strategic way of saving yourself money, then it would be a lot funner game to play for me, I think.
Here's something I wanted to ask the panel too, whatever, about that players versus Kickseye thing, whatever, 6,500 plus. Well, what's your guys' thoughts on that page, and if they're gonna do anything?
I mean, the trouble is that they couldn't have picked the worst time to do it.
Exactly.
Right, because I'm not being funny. If I own a company, right, I know that people have been stealing from me for the last year, right, by glitch repairing, so they're not paying for the product that I'm selling to them, right? So they've been stealing from me basically, and then all of a sudden, when I then introduce new security measures so they can't steal from me, they go, oh yeah, but the only reason we're stealing is because it was too expensive. You should listen to us. Well, no, because you've just been stealing off of me for the last year. Why the fuck should I listen to you? Let's be honest. That's the way that they're going to look at it.
My opinion on it is the group. I agree exactly with what you said, Earth. The timing is atrocious, but I also think that the only way anything is going to happen is they got to see the bottom line change. That's the only way things are going to happen.
It's never going to happen, though. That's the real problem. Is you still got the people that are going to spend whatever the fuck it takes. Exactly. They're going to spend whatever it takes to make it themselves happy. And as we've discussed on other shows and other roundtables in the past, unfortunately, the modest to moderate corners are a tiny drop in the bucket with the way that they've run their finances. It's because it's the way the game is geared. It's geared towards rewarding the whales. So that's how they stack it. And until the whales stop, nothing's going to change. Until you get people who aren't spending $1,000 plus a month on this game, ain't shit's going to change because a couple $50 a month guys stop.
Yeah, but if $1,050 a month guys change, it's going to
50 whales. Who do they care about? 1,000 players or 50 whales? Bingo. There's your answer right there. I mean, it sucks.
That's what I said. It comes down to the bottom line. If they start losing enough money, they'll change it or they'll shut the game down, one or the other. That's the only way it's going to change.
To me, the biggest
50 whales can't keep the game going.
Yeah, to me, that's the biggest risk to Kickseye now. It's like Earth was saying earlier. I mean, Earth spends a fair amount on the game. Yeah, paying you back from your porno watching now, whatever you're doing. I can see you asking on the chat. You're back, mate. Yeah, like Earth was saying earlier, he can't play the game against no one. And Panda was saying as well that they need the other players to be able to farm and smash the shit out of. Really, you know what I mean? If Kickseye edge everyone out of the game, apart from the players like Panda and Earth, there's not going to be enough players left, and that's the group.
Let's be honest.
Let's just to hit somebody,
let's be honest. We're in the top 5%, let's say, of the game, spending wise, whatever. That 5% across the whole of the game is not a lot. That's 1% of people in each of the worlds, for example. That's not a lot of players for you to be fighting with if nobody else is playing. It's going to get boring real quick.
Yeah, and then the whales stop, and then the game's dead.
at the end of the day, the only way that people can justify spending the money that they spend is because they're having fun and they're enjoying it. If they stop enjoying it, and let's be honest, if there's no bases for people to hit and you enjoy hitting bases, then you're going to stop enjoying it and you're going to stop buying the fleets and you're just going to stop paying the money, aren't you? So, you got to look at it from that point of view as well. That you just got to chill, and
You've got to cater to all.
well, yeah, you've got to cater to all, and you've got to make it pretty fair around, to everybody, really.
Seriously. Honest to fucking God. Wankers, I can't figure out how to stop you drawing on me either.
Don't turn that shit on in the first place.
Hey, I've only just realised I've been talking for the last 10 minutes on mute as well, pricks. Bunch of wankers.
At least you've been drinking too much wine.
I've not even had... That's the thing, I'm not after passing out on that battle bullshit.
No.
Here we go, I am
Right, we got anything else then, guys, or are we coming to an end now?
I have no idea what you've done for the last 15 minutes, mate, so I don't got a fucking clue.
I've said a lot as well.
Andy, you can finish finish on what you got to say, go on.
Oh yeah, great. Well, thank you, my disciples, because I look like a prick. We hope you've all had a great time, and Rig picks a cock. On a serious note, with all the penises drawn in my face and halos and everything else, I think if
You ain't no angel.
yeah, shut up. I think on a serious note, as he's got cocks and everything in his face, for those that need help, we'll put a poll up on the page and just tell us what you want to see builds of. Where do you want the help? Dredge fleets, weeklies, bases, fleet refleet, and then next week's show we can come back and give you some answers and start showing you builds unlike other shows out there in the world for, hey, I just had that dig. Anyway, could someone get these dicks off my face?
For a minute.
Thanks everybody for coming. I think we've had a nice, good discussion about everything else, and what we will do is we'll stick a poll up on the Alliance Squid so that everybody can see what they want to say, what they want to see in the coming weeks, with regards to Battle Pirate Squid shows and the Alliance Squid shows, and any bits and pieces you want to see on the Battle Pirate Squid page. I have been sticking up a few builds and stuff on there, and we've been sticking some help videos up. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channels.
Yes.
And thank you and goodbye.
Adios, motherfuckers.